Hey guys, it's Jumbo. Welcome back on the boat. Yes, I am back out on the lake, Lake Pleasant. It is Labor Day or Memorial Day or whatever the weekend is here. And I'm heading out for the weekend. I'm going to hide out in the back of the cove somewhere and just hang out for a week or so. And so anyway, let's see what goes on. I'm starting to invite people down during the weekends now because I'm beginning to trust everything, the whole system now. So I've invited people down throughout the week and the weekend of Labor Day or Memorial Day or whatever this weekend is, because I'm starting to trust now, which is really, really kind of cool. You know, it's really interesting. When I was getting ready for this trip, I went out to the boat and a few days before I left, and I'd forgotten to charge it up for when I left. So I just turned the solar on and said charge it. It was pretty cool. So now the battery's all charged. But the funny part is, when I got out to test the motor, like most good boat people do, is you go out and make sure everything runs before you go out on the lake. And it's pretty funny because I put the water muff on it, I turn the batteries on, and I turn the key. That's it. I don't have to check for fuel, oil, gas, priming. I don't have to do any of that stuff. Every time I do that, I keep thinking I must be missing something. Then I just tell myself, you got water for the impeller, you got electricity to move it, turn the key, buddy. And it works. It's awesome. Okay, I don't think I'm ever going to stop talking about how cool this is, how quiet it is right now. Anyway, let's see what we're going to do on this trip. Look who I found. It's I wouldn't say Mutt and Jeff because it's a female and male, or male and female. And I went back to my cove, and these guys literally, I don't know if you see it with the sun, you can hear them talking to me like, give me another one. These guys literally came out to greet me. I couldn't even believe I was so happy to see them. I don't see any little baby ducks around here, but anyway, I'm sorry about the sun. They just happen to be in the sun right there. I need names for Margaret and George. How about that? We need names. Oh, I forgot to show you where I found a hatch for tonight. There's the, next to my cove, the water is going up in here in Lake Pleasant. I didn't realize that. I went to my cove and I couldn't find all the rocks that were there. Normally, this section here, you can't even make it back here, and the water's gone up so much you can go back here, which I'm really happy about. Let's go look at the back. Okay, no clutter, it's all my computers. My first spot that I ever went to was right there. There used to be a really narrow thing, and now it's pretty wide. This whole part you couldn't even get in here, so the water's going up pretty substantial. So I've just gone around this corner. There they are. You guys are so, this is where I feed them from the back of the boat. Like I said, when I first met these guys, they would not even come up close to me. Now they're just keep harassing me. Anyway, you could come back here, and I tried to go back there, but there's a big rock right there. But anyway, so we are all set up. Oh yeah, oh here's some more. There you go. Doink. Okay, I gotta pull my motor up. Anyway, that's where we are. So we're settled in right now. It's really kind of cool. I'm going to get set up for camping. Okay, I'm just going to get all the computers set up, and we're just going to I got some fishing equipment now, so I'm going to try to learn how to fish. Okay, I could always catch bluegill and sunfish, but I'm going to try some other stuff. We'll talk about that later. Good morning, you guys. It's the third day on the lake here. It's Wednesday, approaching Memorial Day or Labor Day, whatever day it is. I need some fishing bait. I need to go over to the harbor. Oh, look at the incoming. They came out of nowhere. Ah! Oh, it must be that darn sailboat making all that trouble. Look at that. Darn sailboat's always making those wakes. So I've been at been my mooring spot for 3 days, 2 days. And it's pretty cool. I wasn't even going to go into the harbor. I'm waiting for friends to come out if they want to. But I need my fishing bait. I bought some fishing stuff. I don't really know how to fish other than the brim and bluegill back in the day. So I need to go to the harbor, and I'm going to go have lunch there. Why not? I'm there, right? Can you guess what I'm going to have? Okay, hamburger. But I'm going to go get some catfish bait and try out my new fishing gear. But right now, it's really nice. It's 9:30, I think. And watching Starship get ready for launch. 9 o'clock in the morning really shouldn't be that busy. That's why I'm kind of going there early. It looks like the fishermen are already out or heading back in. And one already came by our neighborhood going fishing. The funny part is when I went out to the spot, I didn't even use enough battery that the controller wouldn't even charge anymore. It says your batteries are full, settle down. So I'm gonna speed to the marina because I want to use some battery power. Absolutely love it, absolutely love it. So we're going $4,000 at, you know what, speed over ground. We're doing 4 point,
whatever has happened
right here.
To necessitate this aboard of the wet
4.7 knots. And we're running at 4,000 RPMs here.
And speaking of patches, our Flight 12 commemorative patch is
charging up my house battery. We're cruising right along. Got a new fishing reel. I just don't have any bait for it. Check this out. Isn't that so cool? I just sit here and watch it, but I can't sit there and watch it. I'm steering. Where's the captain up here? The captain's abandoned ship. Well, we're at my favorite marina, and they are getting ready for the rentals for this weekend. I'm gonna go get my fishing gear and go have a hamburger. Might hang out here for a little while. Well, I'm in my favorite restaurant here on the water at Lake Pleasant. You know, it's just, you sit down, you relax, you look around and you think, my goodness, you know, how wonderful life is. You know, and look at this. This opens this weekend, water slide, water park. Got an outside if you want, and an inside with a bar. They even have live music on the weekends, which I need to do sometimes. Anyway, it's just really cool just to sit here and chill out. I can do it on the boat, I can go in the marina. It's just very relaxing. So single-handling a houseboat, I'm learning a lot. A couple of things that I've learned is you really have to take your time and pay attention. Putting the engine in gear, pushing it up against the bank, which I asked a couple of videos ago if that's a good idea. It seems a little weird, but for single-handing it, it works fine. For me, I just pulled into a bank. Here, and the wind is coming from this direction, so it's pushing me away from the bank, which was interesting because I have my line, or my anchor, or whatever. Can you see this? Okay. I have my line here, and I have another one on the other side. The funny part, which caught me last night about midnight when I realized I was up against the shore, is there's nothing to hold the bow from swinging left and right. This will keep it from going out. So yes, you can gather what happened is the wind blew me out this way and the bow went that way. It was still anchored on, but the side of the boat, not this side, but the other side ended up on that side of the shore, right up against it. Well, fortunately, as you can see, the shore is not really jacked up or anything, so my pontoon just pushed right up against the mud and it was no big deal. I just happened to be going outside just to look at the outdoors, and I realized, boy, that shore is mighty close and it shouldn't be that close. So anyway, I realized that there was something else that I needed to do, which I need to order some more stakes, is and yes, it's windy, is the boat came with one of these stakes. I've never even seen these before and I didn't know what they were for, but now I get it. So I put a stake up here, ran it through the eye bolt or whatever through my cleat, and that keeps the little sucker up here like that. So I'm gonna get a couple more of those because I need to run them over here. As you can see, I used that over here and it actually pulled out of the mud. So I used my anchor and the anchor ain't moving. So I need some more of these. I need a 5-pound hammer. Get back in the water. It's Arizona, a little warm. The biggest thing that I really picked up from single-handling this boat, take your time, very important. I got a big owie on my leg, which I'm not going to show you because it's gross, because I hurried. I slipped right off the steps. Steps went right up my shin, and you can imagine, it really hurts. Take your time. If I would have just walked quietly up those little steps, it would have been just fine, but I was in a hurry. And I had clocks on, or whatever those shoes are, so I slipped right out of them. But the thing with single-handed is, and I've always known this, is take your time. When I'm pulling the boat or I'm launching the boat, or I am loading the boat, I take my time. If people are in a hurry, I'm sorry. Because, well, I'm not really sorry, because if I mess up, it's gonna be on me. If I wreck my boat or wreck my truck or fill in the blanks wrecking something, it's on me. So if somebody doesn't want to get behind me doing 60 miles an hour, they want to do 80, you're just gonna have to wait. But anyway, when you're single-handling any boat, take your time. Now, up until this boat, I've always had runabouts, so it was really no big deal. It's a runabout. You can probably pick the thing up and take it out of the lake. This one you can't. And another thing is, it is a parachute. The wind gets on the side of this thing, and it blows you in all kinds, well, it blows you in the direction the wind's going, and you really don't get a choice. So when I go into a cove, I've realized slow and easy. If there's too much wind going in the wrong direction in the cove, I just go somewhere else, even if I want to stay in that cove. For instance, I wanted to go further into there, but look which way the wind is blowing. If I go heading into there and I try to turn around, it ain't happening. So I picked this spot here because I've got all this turnaround spot. I did a 3-point turn, pulled into here, reversed down into here, and came straight into here. And it's still fairly sheltered. Really kind of cool. Another thing that I realized is check your lines before you go to bed. I think even, like I said, last night or whenever it was, that I ended up on the side of the shore, I thought that the hookups were good enough. And had I gone out there and checked it, pulled on the lines, mess around with it, I would have realized that a good stiff wind shows up around here, shows up about midnight or 1 o'clock in different directions. It's going to test your lines. And I like sleeping, so I don't want to stay up worried about if my lines are going to hold. So before you go to bed, I'm going to do a walk around. I check I check my anchors, check my stakes, make sure everything's okay, assuming that the wind is going to do a 360-degree turn on me and blow the boat in different directions. Again, this is a parachute. It acts like a parachute, so whichever wind the wind blows, that rope is going to get really, really tight. And I need to make sure that I don't need to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and find myself up against the shore. Another thing that I've learned on the boat dock and out here is get your lines ready before you get to where you're going to anchor. I realize now that when I'm on the ramp, I pull out all of my ropes and get them ready for docking or going on the boat dock. Even when I came in here, I'm out in the open water. I turn my engine down a little bit, just putter because it's just me, so there's nobody to drive. And I fix the lines. I put out the bumpers. I do whatever I need to do, because when I'm docking the boat, if the wind is not my friend, then it's going to be not fun, and I don't want to be scrambling to fix the lines. The biggest point that I've learned is untangling the ropes. Oh my God, the devil spawns are really, really bad around here. So whenever I get a chance, I clean out the lines and I curl them up for the next docking or mooring or whatever I'm going to do. I get all the devil spawned off. I untangle everything. I take all the knots that I put on there from the last mooring, and I get the ropes and everything ready to go. So when I go up on the shore, my ropes, my anchors, my stakes, everything are right there. Even my shoes to get into the water are right there ready to go. Now I know you boaters have probably already know this stuff. I've never owned something this big. Well, once before, but I had 2 people at the time. So it really is important that I get this right, because safety is so important. This is what it's about right now, floating in the lake, not worrying about anything. It's really cool. And if you damage something, if you damage yourself or you damage the boat or you damage somebody else, it ruins this zen that I'm in right now. So really I'm just taking my time when I do stuff. Make sure everything is right, so that when I sit down and have a Mountain Dew or a sweet tea, I'm good. I don't have to worry about anything, even when the wind comes up. So I keep talking about these batteries, and this is really kind of funny. There's so much solar, and every time I come out, I learn about more stuff that I can do with the power in the boat. In the RV, I have like one 12-volt battery, so I really have to manage what I use for that 12-volt battery on the inverter. On this boat, it's totally the opposite. I'm running my refrigerator now 100% electric, 110 volts through my inverter, my refrigerator. And I get up in the morning, and after all my video researching and all that other good stuff, even I run the air conditioner, the battery's down around 40% or something like that when I get up in the morning. by noon everything is full again, and it really bothers me when at noon the inverter shuts off because it's full. And that's what I went over to the marina today, and I couldn't charge up the batteries because they weren't empty enough, but when I got back from lunch the inverter had shut off because all the batteries were full or the house battery was full. So it's really, I know I keep saying that, but I really want to emphasize that the technology is here now. And on this boat, it works so well. It's really kind of cool. You know, I'm watching people go to the gas station over the marina and fill up those cigar boats or houseboats or fill in the blank. I've gone many miles around this lake now and never spend a penny on it. I mean, it's just, I'm charging up right now. Actually, I'm not, the batteries are already full, but I'm out here having a good time, chilling out, and I would be charging the batteries if I needed to. So it's really kind of cool. All right, what else? I need to get some work done, but it's so nice. This water is really kind of nice. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's very nice. And I don't see my ducks out here anywhere. I should quack. I think they were over at the marina today. When I went over to the marina, a male and a female, and again, I'm just saying they're male and female because one looks like a mallard and one looks like not a mallard. And I've only seen those, you know, my friend said they're husband and wife or whatever, but they over there, as I came into the marina, they actually literally flew to my boat, and it was a male and female, and I gave them, of course, bread and something, but I don't know if they recognized the boat. I have no idea how smart ducks are, but I thought that was kind of cool that they came out to greet me. I'm very sad. I'm not picking up any solar. There's no green light. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All of my batteries are full, and I'm losing all this great sun. It's terrible. Got everything running off electric. However, the good news is I got my magic catfish bait, so we're gonna get us some catfish. Well, the fish are here. It's a very large fish underneath the boat here. It's probably about 10 or 15 feet down there. It looks like, oh, what does that look like? Oh, it looks like a catfish. I'm gonna catch him and let him go, but check it out. He came in to let me know he's here. When I'm talking about catfish, I'll be back. I did buy something so I can go fishing at nighttime. Check this out. I got some bobbers that are rechargeable, and these are just styrofoam, and they come with these batteries that are rechargeable. They actually charge on a USB plug. You just screw them into the, hang on a second. All right, well, this backdrop is probably not the best, but anyway, you unscrew this, you screw this, you just put this into here, and then this lights up really well. They also make these little things, which these are rechargeable. Stick these in here, the light comes on. I guess I should show you, but I think you get the idea. And then when you're ready to charge them up, it's USB, you pop them into here, plug them in, and it recharges them. It's supposed to last about 4 to 5 hours, so I'm gonna try that tonight. These are rod tips, so they just glow, but you're supposed to sit out and watch your hook, not hang out in the boat playing video games and hoping that you notice when you get a hook. I don't know what's going on here. I just caught another one. Pulling the drag pretty good. That's funny. I come out again. Oh, there's the bobber. I come out again and there's no bobber, and the line's heading out across the lake. My little bell. Okay, well, I was listening or watching a movie, so I didn't hear anything, but I got another one. All right, let's see what it is. All right, buddy, give it up. Come on. He's not yet. He's not ready to come in yet. I don't know if you all can see him or not. I don't know what he is. I'm guessing a catfish. I don't know. Oh my God! It might be the same dude. Man, that would be fun. It's a catfish again, about the same size. Oh, he can't be that stupid, can he? I think that other scar is from where I hooked him up before. You think he would figure it out, but I think he's a little confused. All right, let's unhook the little. We'll call him Fred. How about Fred? Are you the same George? Well, he doesn't. I should probably get some pliers at some time. Huh? All right, buddy, hang on. Crap, dude, sorry. You can have a little fat lip here. I'm trying, buddy. Sorry. He's a nice little. What kind of fish is he? Okay, I know he's a catfish, but is he like a George? I don't know. Is he edible? Huh. Okay. See you later. Bye-bye. All right, buddy, there you go. Yeah. He's running silent, running deep. That's pretty cool. That's two. Yeah, it was funny. I have a bell on there, but I didn't hear the bell. I just came out to check on it, and the bobber's gone, the bells, everything's just sitting tight. And he just went to the bottom and just sat there. When I pulled on it, I thought he snagged it. I thought he'd gone under some rocks or something, but he didn't. All right, well, that was fun. Phew, this fishing is exhausting. I think I'm gonna hold off on catching all the fish in the lake. I don't want the local fishermen to get upset at me. So I'll probably wait just before dark because I want to try out those flashy bobbers and see how they work. Nah, let's put out another line. Okay, I got the next bobber out. I think I'm gonna get serious about fishing, and I'm gonna turn the volume down on my video game so I can hear the bell ring. Ah. How many of you all heard of the saying, work harder, not smarter? Yeah, I know. Well, that's the one I go by. It's supposed to be work smarter, not harder. Let me show you. When I put the solar panels on the roof, yeah, I'm out here on the water. These are not working now. I didn't check it when I bought the thing, you know, whatever. But I put the panels over the top of this. So when I went to get a screwdriver, yeah, so anyway, so what I ended up doing, my smart brain, is I would get one of these things and go in here like this, and then get a pair of pliers and just start turning it to the left and right. You know, they make these tools called ratchets. I could just get a ratchet, put that in the ratchet, and just... Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's keep going. I don't even know if the lights are burned out or did I mess up the wiring when I took the console apart. So I want to put LED bulbs in there anyway, and they're having a party over at the marina this weekend, Labor Day or Memorial Day or whatever. I can't go over there because I can't leave at nighttime. They have parties, live music, stuff like that, and I got no lights, so I can't make the way back over here. So I'm trying to work on it so I can go over there and partay. All right, let's get going. Let's get working. Wow, I just need my other hand here. But yeah, there it is. Now somebody ratchet it while I hold the camera. Oh my God. You know, I like birds and all, but why can't they potty train these birds? My goodness. That's like 20 watts of power maybe that's blocking. Another 10 watts over there, 10 watts. All right, well, the good part is I got this off. Bad part is the light looks like it's fine. I see the filament going all the way through. So that means I've messed up wiring or something. OMG. I need it to work. I'm missing all the parties on the lake, and that just ain't right. You know me, Mr. Party Guy. Well, I'll add this to my crap pile of stuff that I take apart that I can't fix. Yeah. Anyway, somehow I get it fixed. You know, when I was thinking about it, I could do a continuity check. I didn't even think about it to see if the bulb is good, so let us do a continuity check. This thing is awesome. The modern technology now. All right, so I have it on 120 volts positive, so it should send 120 volts through this 12 volt bulb, right? Well, let's try it. Hold still. Hey. All right, hold still. Let's try this. Yep, it works fine. So the bulb is fine. I can go put it back together. I still want to get an LED, but I wonder if they make LEDs like this. That is one weird looking bulb. I can't replace the whole thing there because I'd have to take the solar panel off. Whatever that thing is. Okay, Australia, sorry about that. It's Austria. And there's a manufacturer. You guys make LEDs? I've never seen a bulb like that, so I'm going to put this back together and not touch it anymore. I'm doing some testing here because, well, inquiry minds want to know. I didn't charge my house battery yesterday. I'm running it to 0, and I ran it to 0. I did it in the morning to make sure I had some solar. So the house battery is 0, everything cut off, and here's what it looks like. I'm getting solar now. I'm getting about 30 amps of solar, but that red light means that the inverter part is not working anymore. I want to see, and it cut off at 20% on this inverter. I know you can ask me voltage. I don't really know. Maybe I'll do a screen capture. I'm going to do a screen capture and see if I can put that in there. But I'm just kind of curious how long it'll be before the inverter turns back to inverting again. There's a little minor panic in my voice here. While I'm waiting for the inverter to start inverting again, I realized one big thing. The internet's down, Starlink's down. It runs off under 10 volts and the inverter's not working. I don't know if I'm gonna make this or not. I got some sweet tea and a burrito, so I'm gonna eat that and let this thing work out. No internet. What am I supposed to do with no internet? Read a book? Go fishing? Go swimming? Take a nap? Oh, I don't think so. How did we ever survive in the 80s without internet? I have no idea. Oh my God. Since the inverter is turned off, my life has just stopped. So I guess I am going to go out and have some fun while I'm waiting for the inverter to start so my life can continue. So I'm gonna go fishing and swimming at the same time. Here's what I wanna do. I've got this cool little bobber. I've caught the only fish in the water right here. The fishermen are a little upset at me because he won't bite anymore. But I need to get that bobber out there. If I try to fling it out there, my bait bobber goes that way, the bait goes that way. So I'm gonna go swimming. I'm gonna carry that bobber all the way out there somewhere. That way I can go swimming and fishing at the same time. And hopefully the internet will come back up sometime. All right, let's check this out. Well, this is funny. Look at which way the wind's blowing. I'm gonna take the bobber out to there. The wind's gonna blow it right back. The wind's coming right at me. 5 minutes ago it was blowing this way. Now it's coming right at me. I got the bait. I got the bobber waiting to go and the wind is coming right back in. That's just too funny. What is a beginner fisherman supposed to do? Okay, the water's 70 degrees here. I know you people in the east probably think, "Ooh, that's warm." It's cold here in Arizona. Holy moly, it's cold. Ugh. 70 is still cold. I don't care who you are. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm not whining anymore. It's all about the fishing. Okay, I'm numb. I don't feel my legs anymore. I hope I don't get my feet caught up in the hook. Are we there yet? All right there. Make sure we still got bait. Yep, we still got bait. When I got out there, I could actually see the ground. I'm thinking it might be sitting on the ground. I thought it might be a lot deeper than it looks like it is. Which, if it's sitting on the ground, I guess that's good because then the wind won't blow it around over into the shore. Of course, we are looking for catfish, so we want it on the shore. I mean, we want it on the ground. I need a radio controlled boat so I can put it in the boat and drive it out there. This is what it's all about. Absolutely what it's all about. This is really, really nice. Especially in Arizona, you know, the weather here is just always perfect. You can plan to do things and you don't have to worry about weather. A lot of other people go, well, if it rains or if it snows or if there's a tornado coming, we can't do that. When we had horses, we didn't worry about it either. All you worried about was if it was going to be hot or cold. That was it. You didn't worry about if it was going to rain or not. Well, this is an interesting fishing problem that I have. Have you all ever seen this? The bobbers out there, I had so much fishing line here that I guess it sank and it got stuck right here. So when I try to pull it in, I can't get the line out. I mean, check this out, watch. You can't really see the line, but the line is facing right here at the end of the boat, but it's snagged. It's like settled to the ground and snagged somewhere down there. As you can see, it's kind of holding up now. I've got the hook is probably snagged too. That's I've never seen that before. Let me loosen it up and zoop, there's the bobber. But yeah, the line, I'm sure you can't see the line, but it's snagged right there. Weird. Once all this gooey stuff goes by, I'm gonna go rescue my bobber and stuff. I'm gonna go see what it is. I'm curious. But you know, if I catch a fish, he'll go the opposite direction and unsnag it for me. So maybe I'll wait a little while. What time is it, boys and girls? Let's push that thumbs up like button if you would. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe. My little buddies right there did. Well, a trip wouldn't be complete without what? A barbecue. And with that, I think I'm going to leave you guys. As usual, I love you guys, and I will talk to you on the next video.